If you consider yourself too tall, too short, too big, too small, whatever it is, this video is for you. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Rasa the dancer is here. Today's topic is going to be a little bit sensitive, but I think it's super important. For those who've been my subscribers for a while, you know this channel, we have some honest conversations about the dance floor. And a lot of my students actually are asking me quite intense questions that are not so much technique related, that is more about the fact that some of them are a little bit bigger size, and they're asking me whether they can dance bachata or salsa because they feel like they can't because of their size. Some people are a little bit taller than an average person, and that gives them fear to dance in the partner work as well. So due to these kind of questions and conversations that I have privately with my students, I decided to make this video. So let's talk about it, use the comments, express your opinions as well. And now, let's get deep. Okay, so first let's talk about the size itself. If you are a bigger size person, doesn't matter woman or man, it really, for salsa or bachata, if you choose to dance it as a social dance, it doesn't matter what size you are. Some moves will be more complicated if you are much bigger. That will not be the same problem if you are skinnier. However, the whole point of bachata and salsa freestyle dancing is that it's supposed to be for all. Mothers dancing with their daughters, sons dancing with their mothers, cousins, brothers, sisters, partners, lovers. Everybody's supposed to be dancing and should be able to dance these dances together. Doesn't matter whether you're tall, short, or anything. Now, as I said before, some moves are a little bit more challenging. So in class, if there is a move that the teacher is teaching you and you find it challenging, you just have to be brave enough to say, because of my size, I don't feel this move really suits me. Is there any way that I could readjust this move or make it so it would fit my size or make it more comfortable? And this is, I think, is super important because it actually happens the same with the height. You have to readapt. Sometimes you're not too tall or too short or whatever. It's just a mismatch. We all have different bodies, so certain combinations are not always going to work on certain people, and it's not necessarily just because of the size. So you just have to be brave enough in the class to say, this move is probably not going to work on me. Is there any other way we could approach this move? Now, I, as a teacher myself, I always pay attention who is in my class and who's struggling for whatever reason. And I always have different ways to approach the situation. And I always say, if you cannot do this move, the move shouldn't be done. And that's it, you know? So you find ways to make it happen. But your size does not matter for social salsa and bachata. Now, if you decide to do a tricks and dips class and you come to the class and you know you are partnered up with a guy who is not the strongest and biggest man in the world, and you look at him and you expect him to lift you, that is a different conversation. Yes? So that, of course, now you have to think, okay, if I want to do shows, if I want to do lifts and tricks, you don't have to be skinny. A lot of the dancers, they're not skinny, they're strong, right? But then you have to think, okay, how I might need to invest some time in building my body, strengthening my core, bringing myself to a place where I can actually do those things. Yes? But that's for that extra part. For social, it shouldn't matter. You should just have a little bit of courage to ask that the teachers would adapt the moves to you, and you should enjoy this dance, awesome dance, and it shouldn't matter to you at all. Now let's talk about how short or tall you are. Now this is again, we're gonna talk extremes. What does it mean tall or short? It doesn't matter. But if you are considerably shorter or considerably taller, it makes a difference in your dancing. And it also makes a difference whether you are a female or a male, like if you're leading or following, even more, I would say. So for example, if you are following and you're much taller than your partner who's leading, then I had so many conversations with some of the followers, and they're saying, oh, I'm even afraid to put heels on. And I understand, when you are extremely considerably taller, yes, heels probably is not the best idea, because it's just already so challenging for the leaders to reach your head for the turns and stuff. I understand. And you know what, so be it. Heels, it's an illusion that you have to wear them. I personally, you will see me very rarely these days wearing heels. Sometimes when I want to mix it up, I'm wearing sneakers or really pretty like sparkly flats and stuff. There's so many ways now to decorate your footwear to match your outfit, even if you're wearing a dress. And yes, maybe you feel prettier with heels or something, but you know what? You are there to dance and have fun, and you want to be able to express yourself. So don't be afraid of the flats. You are no less of a dancer if you're wearing them. I wear flats all the time and I feel fab, right? So there are things that you might need to reconsider, but never compromise your posture. So what happens a lot of the times for tall people is the same for leaders and followers on this case, is the posture. Leaders tend to reach towards the follower, and the followers tend to get smaller for the leader. So, and that kills our posture. And if you dance on a regular basis, it's not good for your health, and you look awful when you dance like that. Keep your posture up no matter what, because there is a way to adapt to you no matter what. People should learn how to dance with all of the people from the spectrum, not just the perfect height and the perfect look. You know what I mean? So don't compromise your posture just because you're dancing with somebody else. Yes, of course, think about whether it's worth wearing heels or not, but not, whether you need to stand proud and tall and postured. That should not be compromised. Now, sometimes when you turn, you can help out by softening your knees a little bit more, so to go a little bit lower. And that would be a helpful thing to do when it comes to technique. Now, if you are a really tall leader, you can actually choose which moves you're going to do and which ones not. If the follower is much, much shorter, maybe you want to avoid turning with your hand up. Just saying. Maybe focus on combinations where you make it work a little bit more than yourself. And then if you dance with me, and I'm wearing maybe that night heels, I'm quite a tall woman in general. So then you're thinking, okay, this is my time to shine. So you pick your battles. Is it fair? No. But such is life, and you shouldn't say no to dance just because you're tall or short, right? Now, if you are a short follower, it kind of is not bad, especially for the turns. It's kind of magic. When you're short, you're closer to the floor. So it's so good for spinning. Oh, it's amazing. For tall people like me to spin all of that length, gravitate on one foot is horrible. Anywho, if you are a shorter leader, that's when it's really complicated. To reach somebody, to make them turn and keep them balanced, it's your responsibility. It's so difficult. So there's a lot of tricks that guys actually learn. Some leaders jump a little bit as they start the turn. Some readapt the turns and make them more low, spinning things and stuff. There's so many ways. Is it like perfect situation? No, but some of them really make it work, and I have some amazing leaders that are maybe here to me. I literally could embrace them like this, but they make the dance so exciting because they perfected the technique. They adapted things to their style and to their height. So it's still as exciting, still amazing, and they're dancing and having a great time. So take a little bits and pieces of what you think is more for you, but trust me when I say there's ways around it, and we can all enjoy dancing, whether you this or this. Okay, so now let's talk about the biggest elephant probably in the room, and that is if you are bigger size, whether you look as good or you are as good dancer or possibly could be as good dancer as somebody who is more fit, skinnier, or whatever you want to say. And I'll be very honest with you, okay? So I'll give you a few different scenarios, and you let me know how you feel about my opinion in general. But it's kind of based on actual facts. So if I look at somebody, there's so many dancers that I know that are considerably bigger than the majority of dancers, and they are phenomenal. They are sharp, they are fast, they are lyrical, they're flexible. Their spins are incredible, and you wouldn't see one sweat dropping through their face. You know what I mean? They're like super fit. It's just, they just slightly considerably bigger than, you know, what a normal dancer you would assume looks like, right? But they are on fire. And when I look at them, I never see the size. Maybe afterwards I'll be like, good for them or something, but it's like you wouldn't even take that in consideration. Now, there's a lot of bigger dancers who dance, and after the dance you can see they're catching their breath. That's a different story. The most important thing, what you have to take in consideration is your stamina, your health. How do you feel after one song of fast song dancing? That is the important bit, yes? So if you can actually have a full song and you don't need to catch your breath, you're fine. And then the technique itself, it doesn't matter. We readjust as we go along, but the technique we adapt to the size that we have. So if you're healthy and you have phenomenal stamina and you have some strength in you, the technique you can adapt to any body. But those are the important things. So it's not about whether you are bigger or smaller, it's whether you are strong and healthy. That is the important bit when you are dancing. So when you're dancing, try to think, okay, am I struggling to breathe? Maybe I need to work on my cardio. Maybe I need to work on my stamina. Maybe I need to work on something else. And then as well, when you're trying to get into certain positions, if you're losing balance, maybe you need to work on your core, this and that. So you try to find whether your size is actually an issue. And if you are not losing your breath, you're not losing your balance, and you feel strong whenever you do some sort of more complicated combinations, then it's just a matter of adapting technique to whatever you need to adapt to. And that's it. You fly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're bigger or smaller. Come on, we live in different times now. But strength, health, stamina is something that is key for the dancers. Not the size, but those things are super important. So think about that, and hopefully you find this useful. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that whoever needs to watch this, watched it, and maybe found themselves thinking a little bit different about themselves, what they could do in terms of dancing salsa and bachata. Now, if you have anything to say, feel free, use the comments, but always remember, everything I say is from the best place in my heart. I love you all, and I just want to make sure that we have honest conversations where everybody can hear what they need to really hear about the dance. And now I will say goodbye, but guys, make sure you check out these other videos where we talked about how to behave on the dance floor and what should be the etiquette on the dance floor, and keep exploring all of these situations. Now, sending you my love, and I'll see you very soon.